So today I'm going to show you how to replace the LCD panel on a Dell Latitude E7440. As you can see, the panel is working, but I want to change it. It's currently a 720p or 1366 by 768 panel, and I want to upgrade it to a 1080p panel. So we're going to start by shutting down the laptop, because just to avoid any issues, it's probably safer. And I've now disconnected the AC adapter, and we'll remove the battery. And then we'll get started. Okay, so to do this repair, you're going to need, or replacement, you're going to need a few tools. You need, of course, a screwdriver, electronic screwdriver set, and some sort of tool to pry things. I like to use a piece of plastic, sort of like a credit card. It's actually a piece of a loyalty card from our local grocery store. So I use that to detach parts without scratching too much of the device. And then, of course, we need the new screen. So the new screen, I ordered it from laptopscreen.com. Had good experience with them. So let's see what we've got. Let's open that up. Okay, the packaging, that's good. Okay, so we can see here we have the new panel. It is a Innolux panel. Last time I ordered one I got a Samsung panel, but we'll see if this one's as good. Alright, so I'll put that aside for now, and let's get started with the laptop. So, Dell does have service manuals online for this device, so you may want to check that out at the Dell support site. I've done one of these before, so I'll just go ahead and get started. So what we want to do is pry off the border of the LCD. So it's stuck with here with some pretty strong glue. So we'll stick the plastic piece underneath so we can pop that off. There we go. And there's a lot of little pins here, so we try not to break them, do it pretty gently. And just pass this card through the side, and I can feel it's really stuck properly here. They've got some good glue, so here you can hear the glue getting unstuck, and then it pops right off. There we go. So now we see the panel exposed. Basically it's just held on by a few screws. We've got a screw here, and some screws here with the hinges. Probably these screws here, these two black screws. So we will grab our screwdriver and just start unscrewing these screws. So I'll probably do the bottom ones first. And then these top ones. And I think it's just those 4 screws, so we should be able to remove the panel now. There goes the panel. Okay, so now the panel's loose, so we can just bring the panel down here. And then carefully lift this tape. You can see the tape here that's holding on the EDP connector. And if you want to reuse the screen, so try not to touch the area here or the area down here as much as possible. So I'm just going to remove this tape that's holding the connector in place. And then we should be able to just lift off this connector. this blue piece rather, so that we can get at the actual connector. There we go. The blue piece is like a sticky piece of rubber. And then we lift, there's a little metal piece here, so you want to lift that, and that is the locking mechanism, and now the connector comes free. So we've disconnected the old panel. I'm not sure if you can see that connector, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so that you can see the connector. Maybe I'll lift the laptop up. So you can see here there's a little connector, and there's a little locking piece on top of it here. So you want to lift the locking piece, and then you can pull the connector out. Okay, so now that we've got the connector out, we can put our old panel aside and grab our new panel. The new panel has the same type of connector, so I'm just going to rest it here on the keyboard, and we will just plug that in. Should snap in just pretty snugly, and then put the little metal bar back over the connector. I'll put back that blue piece of rubber sticker. As you can see here, so we've got the blue piece back on, and then I'll put the tape back on. So now the new display is connected, so in theory it should work. I usually like to try it before I reassemble the laptop, just in case something went wrong. So we will just power on the computer now. It would help if I had the battery inserted, so we'll put the battery in. And now we'll power on the computer and cross our fingers, hopefully the display works. And it works. I will go into the BIOS. And we will see under System Information that now we have the monitor detected as a full HD 1920 by 1080. Simple as that. That's the upgrade. So now we will just remove the protective film. Actually, probably power down the laptop first, and then I will remove the protective film. These bits of masking tape. See the nice matte panel. And now it's just a matter of putting those screws back in. So on the bottom it had these black screws. So I'll put the black screws back in the bottom. Tighten that up. Put the other screws in. And it had these smaller silver screws at the top. So for now we'll put it together and we will see how it looks. So just put it back on. Unfortunately, again, I don't have replacement glue, so hopefully the original glue holds well enough. Seat is pretty good. They have a lot of snaps in this, so even without glue, it holds on pretty tight. I'll hit the power button there. Alright, so it's the LCD bezel reattached. So let's go into advanced display settings, and we see that Windows does in fact detect the new panel as a 1920 by 1080. There you have it. That's the LCD panel replacement or upgrade on a Dell Latitude E7440.